Ricky, hi, Jim Delapine here. I want to give you some suggestions here. I see that you saved and renamed your channels, your selections as channels. It's great. I see you do have an adjustment layer for levels here, and you clipped it. Terrific. So I want to give you some advice about the text. This is still not working, so I'm going to show you an alternative. So I created this text here just to keep it simple. And so I'm going to put flipping food on one layer and Fred on another separate layer. So flipping food is a tight space, but I want to fit it in here. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control. The first thing I'm going to do is select both layers, right click, and rasterize the type. Okay, so now it's no longer type. Then I'm going to hit Control T, and I'm going to scale this up a little bit and I'll stretch it up. Okay. And then I'm going to hold down my control key and the right middle bounding box I'm going to pull up. Okay. And we're going to place this along here. And we'll place this so it's on the drawer here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Alright, the F is falling off, but it's okay. Alright, then we'll take Fred. Whoops. Pull this over here. And I'm going to scale that up again a bit. Okay. Hit Enter. Then hit Control T or Command T if you're in the Mac. I'm going to hold down my Control key and then click and pull that middle right bounding box down and basically line this up so it matches the perspective of what's on the drawer. And I'll pull this down a little bit. And notice I should follow this perspective here, so if I click on the bottom middle, I can pull this out. So this line matches this line. Okay, so something like that. And I should probably do the same for this. And that means pulling this out a little bit. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use this text as a way to make a selection. So I'm going to Control, click on Flipping Food, hide the layer, select the background layer, and then hit Control J. It will copy what's inside the selection and bring what's in that layer to the layer above. Okay. So now I have that. Then I'm going to double click on that layer. That's layer 2, right? Double click, and then this way I'm going to create a layer style. I'm going to select bevel and emboss. Okay? And then, oh, that's rather odd. Wait a second here. That's very strange. Okay. Let me go back and do that again. Layer style, bevel and emboss. Why is that white? Ah, there's a gradient here. Why? That's strange. That is really strange. 1 second here. Alright, see what I did? I had the size way up. Okay, so again, it's bevel and emboss. I'm going to choose the outer bevel. Alright, and I'm going to change. If you select the inner bevel, I tend to like outer bevel. Alright, and now what you can do is just, fool around with the settings to see what looks best. Okay. And you can also select the direction of this. So it looks like this looks like the best, this angle here, 135. And now what you'll want to do is make the text stand out a little bit. So I would go to perhaps a color overlay. Select color overlay and double click or just click on this color box here. And you want to sample this brown here. So if you drag this, once the color pickers up and you drag your cursor outside that box, you can sample a brown here. Okay, and then choose from any one of these. Okay, so I'll hit OK. And then I'll decrease the opacity a little bit and hit OK. That looks pretty good. Alright, so we're going to do the same for this. So with the Fred layer active, I'm going to Control click on the thumbnail, hide that layer, go to my kitchen background, hit Control J, and then what I'll do is I'll simply copy this layer style to this layer. So I'm holding down the Alt or Option key, dragging that FX to this new layer. And now note it's a little different because the light source is different. So I'll double click on this FX, and now going to the bevel and emboss, I'm going to change the direction by dragging this over here. So now it looks like it's coming from this direction. All right. You could also, white doesn't have to be white. You could also change the color of that by, let me see here. You click on the shadow mode here. I don't know. I forget which one that would be. Yeah, it would be this one here. So you may want to go with the darker brown, but the depth would have to be, you would actually have to put that into normal mode. Yeah, that's messing up. Darken, multiply. It's multiply mode. That's what it is. Okay, so that makes it look like it's like a shadow kind of thing. Whereas over here, since it's in the sunlight, this makes more sense. All right, so just accomplish that, and you'll be golden. All right, so one last thing is you want to create shadows. I don't like how this looks here. You want the fork and spoon to look like it's coming out of the bread. So this is kind of weird. So if I select this and paint on the layer mask, make sure it's 100% hardness, and then with the layer mask active, just paint it so it looks like it's coming from underneath. All right, do it for both of these. Okay, and you want to also create a shadow for each. So that means selecting the spoon layer, all right, creating a new layer on top of that, go to your paintbrush tool, click on the foreground color, select a medium gray, hit OK. Now what you're going to do is control click on the layer mask on the underlying layer. So right here, I'm going to control click on that. That puts a selection around it. That means anything I paint will stay inside that selection. So if I now paint with gray, but with a soft edged brush, okay, paintbrush, soft edge, and new layer, the selection active, the right size brush, left bracket key reduces the size of the brush, the right bracket key increases it. Now I'm going to click and drag across here, okay, and now although the multiply mode won't really make a difference here, you should put that into multiply mode. Okay, it's a true shadow. Now I'll deselect, and that's the kind of look that you want. Okay, so now it looks like the spoon is going into the bread. All right, because the bread thickness will throw a shadow onto it. I want you to do the same thing over here, and I would also throw a shadow onto the bread from this spatula here and this bent up knife here. Okay, all right, take care. Bye.